everyone. So, I don't know if you guys are a fan of The Boys. I'm a huge fan of The Boys. I love the universe that Eric Kripke has built. They went and added on to it, and they made a show called Gen V. I loved Gen V. I didn't like it as quite as much as The Boys. However, Gen V was definitely refreshing. I did think The Boys season 4 was a little lackluster. However, we got a great season, a new show, Gen V. So, it kind of balanced out in a sense, and it kind of got us excited for what's to come. They announced they're going to do a second season of Gen V. We even saw a couple of the characters from Gen V show up in The Boys season 4. So, season 2, Gen V. Season premiere, dropped 3 episodes. I love how Prime does that. We got the first 3 episodes of the season. I believe last season was only 8 episodes. I could be wrong. However, it was awesome to get back into the world of The Boys. But I did think those first 3 episodes were a little lackluster. Just kind of drawn out. There's just kind of filler scenes, it felt like. Some crazy stuff, of course. I almost look at this show as like a satire. It's just like a satire. It's like a very James Gunnish in a way, except for a little bit more raunchy, and that's tough to say sometimes. But it I'm just not happy with just how this season has started off. Marie is her name, the main character. Super cool powers. I mean, she can control blood. However, she, of course, is not trained. She doesn't know how to use these powers. And that was kind of if you've seen season 1, that was kind of, what you were thinking. It was like, man, if she can control it, if she can use her powers at her fullest, she can probably destroy Homelander, who is just the most diabolical son of a bitch, that we've seen in this world or any world. I promise you. I mean, that guy is a psychopath. So it got me thinking. Season 2 is gonna focus on her building her powers, maybe even I honestly think they're going to bring all these characters over. This will be the last season of Gen V. They'll only run 2 seasons. They're going to bring a lot of the main characters, right? Probably the one that can change from a girl to a boy, but also has which is some goofy powers. I think you could turn from a girl to a boy. What kind of power is that? But they have the force power, and they look at them as a very powerful hero, I guess you could say. Maria, of course, she can control blood. And then, of course, you have the girl. She can touch individuals. And then you got that one dude who's like a Superman, but a dude apparently sees Muppets. I mean, this show is just nuts. I mean, if you can't take the show serious, you just can't. It's a pleasure to watch. Now, like I said, I enjoyed going back into the world of The Boys. I loved it. But I said I do think these first 3 episodes there were some good moments, but overall it was kind of dragged out, I guess you could say. Now, just to dive into some of the spoilers of the first 3 episodes, we got a new Dean in the series, and it's actually played by Richard Linklater, guy from Midnight Mass. Phenomenal in that mini series, and so now he's coming over, but only to find out, of course, all of them, they recognize him, or the one girl, the short girl, she recognizes him. So this guy was a doctor. He was the doctor in the facility that they were being held captive at the end of season 1. Now, I did think the show did a great job of honoring actor Chase Primero. If I'm saying that wrong, I do apologize. He was the guy that played the one character from the first season, the one that can control metal. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, man. I feel bad. The character's name, at least. I can't remember the character's name or his name. It's terrible. But which was cool powers, man. Imagine being able to control metal. It's kind of like Magneto, except for he finds out that those powers actually were killing him. They did a great job, apparently. He was trying to escape and he overused his powers, I guess you could say, and it killed him. So, the actor, of course, died in real life. Very sad, very young. So they did a good job of honoring, and then they mentioned him. I mean, he's kind of a driving force for a lot of these characters and their motivations through the season. So I think that they did a great job of honoring him and in his character. He went out as a fighter. They were being held captive by Homelander because they were not necessarily, they were good guys. They're good guys. So I thought they did a really good job. Now, getting back to the story, this new dean, we find out he actually was involved in a project, what they're also trying to figure out, which is called Odessa. And apparently Maria is Odessa. So this girl she's kind of like the one, I guess you can say. So that's kind of what you're going to get. And so those parts and some of those reveals are interesting, However, like I said, it was a lot of, these episodes were kind of dragged out and a lot of added scenes. They could have honestly stretched this down to maybe 2 episodes and got all the meaty stuff, But I do hope, and I am going to continue watching. So I will do my review. I know they're going to do week to week. I will do my review week to week. I love this show. This is something I look forward to every week. So, guys, that is my review for the first 3 episodes. If I had to give it a rating, I like to do 1 out of 10. I feel you got some wiggle room there. I would definitely give it a 7 out of 10. I would give it a 7 out of 10 to start for these first 3 episodes. Overall, I would give the first season, I'd give it like an 8.3. That's kind of what I had wrote down, a while back when, when I used to just kind of just rate movies on my own. So give it an 8.3. So good watch. If you've seen season 1, you'll enjoy moments of it. If you're just joining in and watching season 2, you're a goofball. Go back and watch season 1. Hell, go back and watch The Boys. But for all my boys fans out there, if you guys enjoyed it, let me know what you guys think. I am curious to hear what the fans think, what you guys think, what the audiences out there think of this show. Did you like Gen V? Did you not like Gen V? Did you like The Boys? Or did you like one, not like the other? Let me know what you guys think down below. But guys, until next time, this is Real Rumble. I'm G. This is my review for Gen V, episode 1 through 3 of season 2. But until next time, peace out.